Hello again, Steve Cramer, UNCG Business Librarian. Fourth and final video in my short series here. This one about citing sources and not plagiarizing, whether students are using free resources and or those library databases that those libraries may pay for. We want them, of course, to cite their sources well, paraphrase, quote things, and basically not plagiarize. I'm not going to do a full tutorial about those topics. That would take too long. Instead, I'm going to just highlight some tools and some content on my library guide that helps support students, using sources well and not plagiarizing. So here we go.
As I pointed out earlier, there are tabs on citations and also plagiarism. On the citations page, I have a master guide to citing both free sources and some databases in APA style. And I don't know how international APA style is, but in the United States, this is a standard business citation format for our students, and maybe it's also used in other countries too. I need to look into that, I guess. But for example, if you're citing the World Data Bank for international data from the World Bank, here's a citation that a student could use, simply changing the dates as needed and changing the title of the data they have, the statistical series they're using, for example. Or you're citing a company or a government agency or a business blog. Here are samples for that. Students can try to match the example template here with what they actually need to cite with their own example. And there's also other examples for other products and databases and websites on this guide as well. In addition to this master guide, I created by request of the Agriculture faculty here at UNCG a shorter PDF just on how to cite tables, figures, and graphs. And for example, if you're citing the World Bank and you have a screenshot of a table on energy consumption in Africa, here's an example of how you would include the figure title, the name of the figure, the actual image, and then the citation under it with the note starting up the citation. There are other examples here as well. And finally, on the plagiarism guide, I once did a X-Culture webinar, online seminar with students and faculty, and made a short presentation for that. And I won't read this to you because that would be boring and you can do this on your own. But I do want to emphasize a couple things in it. It does define plagiarism, using other people's work without citing it. Many campuses, this can get you expelled from your class, or you get an F grade, a failing grade, or even expelled from school. So this is important. Using quotations or paraphrasing, I give examples of that, good and bad, and I ask students to sort of figure out what's good or not bad. Talk to your professor to make sure. And then a few reminders about exactly how you do in-text citations and final text. So this is a resource available from this guide, as well as other reminders and some short videos, and of course many other videos out there in many languages about what plagiarism is and how to avoid it. So as our students compile and finish up their reports for the clients, we of course want them to show off the value, what they're learning in our classes and on our campuses. And one way to do that is to cite sources indicating that they're using high quality, authoritative, accurate information and not taking credit for that work, for those writings, or for those numbers. So we of course need to have our students not plagiarize, and they do that by citing, including paraphrasing or quoting. And if I can support any team or faculty member working on this point emphasis, please let me know. Thank you for watching these videos. I enjoyed talking to you. Hope you had a good time in Italy and a good useful discussion over there. And thank you and take care.